Hey, folks, I had a thought yesterday driving home from Sandhills Tap Room, and that thought is very simply this. What would be better? What would be better? Artificial intelligence from the perspective of, hey, I don't know, I don't care, I never looked at it, it's not my thing, to artificial intelligence from the perspective of fatigue. So, what's better? AI ignorance or AI fatigue? And I thought about it and I thought about it. And it's like, how many people do I run into functioning perfectly well out in the open, out in the wild, at the store, don't know how WordPress works, don't know how to make a website, don't know how to use an iPhone the right way. There's a ton of people out there that have bypassed a lot of the things that we think are requirements for existence. And so I think about this a lot because AI is coming out with so many different tools, different channels. I mean, if you just watch what me and Jonathan talk about on WP Tonic and the Membership Machine Show, and for that matter, what Toby and I are talking about in the Whose WordPress Agency Is It Anyway podcast, you're going to see that AI comes up a lot. And I'm expected to kind of understand and know certain things about AI because of what I do for a living. So then I wonder what would be better, AI fatigue? Like, I'm so tired of this, I don't even want to deal with it anymore. Or I never knew about it, I don't care about it, I just move on. Because there's so many things that we can just move on from. It's like when you it's like when you go to an entrepreneur meetup or you go to a barbecue and there's a lot of other adults there and maybe you're ramped up on politics. Maybe you're like, I can't believe the left did this. I can't believe the right is doing this. I can't believe. And then you go and you get into a group of people and you realize, by and large, this group of people doesn't have a clue what's going on or it's not important to them. Now, do they have news fatigue and they've just shut things off like they have the knowledge but they don't exercise it? Or or did they choose to just go, not for me? Like, I'm busy running my own life. I got my own things going. I don't need to worry about it. I think about so many other things. Now, some people are going to, pardon me, some people are going to give me a little feedback on this that might be a little less than positive. But here's the deal. I didn't participate in Bitcoin at all. I mean, not really. As a test once with when my kid was little, I like set up a netbook as a mining computer to see if it would actually like mine any Bitcoin, and it did. Like after a week, it mined, a couple of bucks or something, and I was like, "Hey, look, son, it actually worked." And then what did we do? We unplugged it, we turned it off. I think we even threw the netbook away. I didn't know what to do with the Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin expert, and I didn't want to invest the time into figuring out Bitcoin. Now, that didn't stop people that I went to high school with that I haven't spoken to in 30 years from calling me up like I'm a long lost friend and asking me if I have ever heard of this crazy cool thing called Bitcoin and this wonderful opportunity. Folks, there are a ton of people in our society that have stayed clear of cryptocurrency and they're doing just fine. And I gotta wonder, is there a certain element of society that is fine without interacting with AI? Which puts me at the other end of the spectrum for the conversation. So on one hand, I say, what's better, AI fatigue or AI ignorance? But here's the other thing. For those of us for those of us that understand AI, for those of us that recognize that it is a tool and not a replacement for me, like I'm building myself as an authority on a topic. I'm building myself as a speaker, as a leader, as a mentor for, I want to have an apprenticeship program here in town and teach kids how to run an agency. So it wouldn't make sense for me to think I'm going to replace myself with AI. Quite the opposite. See, when I mentor, when I grow people up and I introduce them to AI, even if they've already been introduced in other channels, I'm going to introduce them the way that I use AI as a tool to augment my own humanity. Here's where I'm going with this. Whether people have AI fatigue or AI ignorance, the be all end all of it is they don't want to deal with the AI, they want to deal with a person. And I think we're making a lot of assumptions in assuming that everybody's going to get swept up in this AI craze. And I think the harsh reality of it is, yeah, AI is going to have some influence in process. AI is going to have some influence in manufacturing, in some outcomes of products or outcomes of information. But by and large, the average consumer on the other end of the transaction is really hungry for that personal attention. And so I see this as a great opportunity, whether this is, again, whether it's AI fatigue or AI ignorance. This is an opportunity for people that know AI, that are familiar with AI, to double down not only on staying up to date on AI and learning it and knowing it and all those things and using it as this awesome tool, but also to double down on our relationships, our communication, our person to person talking and communication. Just yesterday, Jonathan and I recorded another membership machine show. And in that membership machine show, we talked about the HeyGen avatar tool. And that HeyGen avatar tool is for people that don't want to do what I do. Let's just be honest. They want what I have, but they don't want to do what I do. Isn't that like everywhere? Isn't that everything? Like we want what other people have, but we don't necessarily want to do what they have to do to get it. And so HeyGen does a little bit of that. So HeyGen allows people to go out and make an avatar of themselves, whether it's a caricature or an actual picture. It would look like me. It would actually look like this right now talking to you. It does voice inflection, it does hand gestures, it does all kinds of things. And I drive back to, if I am a consumer in that person's marketplace and I knew that AI was talking to me instead of that person, would I still want the product or the service that that person offers? And I got to tell you, whether someone is a gifted speaker or they're almost a little painful to listen to, I still like the reality of it. I still like the idea that I'm speaking to that person. That person may have written a script and then had the Hey Gen speak it for them, so there would be less gaps or less stumbles or things like that. Maybe they don't have that public speaking confidence or skill or persona to pull it off, but that's just it. I want that broken person to give me that communication. I don't want the polished AI avatar to give me that communication. Because if I know that that part is AI, then I have to wonder, where did the message come from? Was the message written by ChatGPT? So was the script written by AI and then this HeyGen thing reads that script and then I am doing business with a fictional character? I'm doing business with somebody I've never communicated with, that I don't have a relationship with. And I think as we move further and further into this kind of strange unknown space, I think we're going to deal a lot with people that want humanity. So, what's worse? uh, AI fatigue or AI ignorance? I'm going to be honest with you. AI fatigue, in my opinion, is worse. AI fatigue is, I started to know a little bit about it. I started to dip my toes in the water. And then I saw hundreds and hundreds of tools and pitches and subscriptions, and I must have and I need to and you absolutely should, all these very extreme messages about this is going to change your world, this is going to revolutionize the way that we do business, this is a new world. And then here's the deal, it's not. They're great tools, and there's some things that save me some time, but at the end of the day, I'm still doing the work, I'm still doing the thinking, I'm still doing the strategy. Do I bounce some things off of different AI tools every now and then to make sure that, hey, does this make sense? Would other people understand what I'm doing? Yeah, yeah. That's the cool part about it being a tool, but I'm still in control of the output of what's happening and what's going on. And there are some others that are not. There are some others that are allowing AI. And here's a news flash. You may have seen this. I don't know if you have or haven't. Again, fatigue versus ignorance. Either one's fine. I would prefer. I would say AI fatigue is far worse because you just get so tired of it that you unplug and then you begin to hate it. Like, this is so stupid, right? And you can pick up that. Whereas with AI ignorance, you're just like, whatever, it's not my thing. doesn't bother you, right? So I would rather deal with someone that's neutral than someone that is negative, from the standpoint of, working with them and putting a program together. So me being someone that understands AI a little bit, right? I'm not an engineer, right? But I understand AI. I use AI. I leverage AI as that tool, but I've also recognized that I need to leverage myself. I need to leverage my own experiences. I need to leverage the way that I can alter my communication based on the audience. And that's something that AI is not really great at. The thing I was going to say is, I don't know if you've noticed this or not or seen it, but AI is basically telling everybody, hey, that's a great idea. Hey, that's a great idea. Um, if everything you kick into AI as a potential idea for business or a project or whatever, if it goes, hey, that's a great idea, let me get you a jump start on that. We kind of need tools that go, that's against the mainstream. Are you sure you want to be a contrarian? Are you sure you want to, do something that has a low chance of success? It would be great if AI was like that, but it's not doing that right now. Right now, it's telling people, hey, go for it. Go for it. And for people that don't leverage their own authority, their own experiences, their own knowledge, their own gut instinct about what's good, what's bad, for people that don't do that and they rely on AI to make decisions, business decisions, that's where I think people can go horribly, horribly wrong because you can go way down the wrong path with AI being your biggest cheerleader the whole way. And so at that stage, what's better, AI fatigue or AI ignorance compared to all in on AI, but not being secure in yourself? Folks, if you aren't secure in yourself, this AI thing can be a huge distraction, which is why you might want to consider a consultant or an expert to help you and come alongside of you and weigh the results that you're seeing and go, does that make sense? Human to human, does that make sense? And going from there. So I'm probably going to make a blog post about this and add this to the Manana No Mas website. But if you haven't checked in a while, we've got a ton of new content at manananomas.com, manananomas.com. We've got a ton of new content there. We've got a ton of great offers. Whether you're a startup business looking to just get your fingerprint on the internet, or if you're an enterprise corporation looking to move, a giant SCORM library to a more affordable platform that's actually better looking and better performing, if you want to do that, man, I would love to have a conversation with you. Folks, we are moving quick. And this move to Kansas that we've done has been a real blessing. We've got the fastest internet connection we've ever had. We've got a great, great anchor in the community, and we are growing our agency here. This is amazing for us, and I'd love for you to be part of the ride. Have a good one. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers with my little opinion on AI, but there's a lot going on. And I keep going back to what are some things that I've, what are some things in society or trends in society that I just dismissed? I just went, nah, it's not for me. And then I never missed it. I never missed it. And just think, there are scads of people out there, business owners, association directors, all that, who literally don't give a wink about AI. And that's awesome because that means those are the people that want to do business with real people, real consulting, real information, real conversations. And that is my sweet spot. So yeah, I use AI for some tools, helps me with productivity and processes, but I still bank on Kurt. I still bank on Kurt. I encourage you to bank on yourself. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.